Duration. Stop. Stop. Duration. New recording for. Duration. 4 seconds. Stop.
Hey y'all, today's video is going to be my top books of 2024. The first one is called Only and Forever by Chloe Leese. It's the 7th book in the Bergman Brothers series, and it's about Vigo and Tallulah. Vigo has ADHD and Tallulah has type 1 diabetes. Vigo and Tallulah are friends. They swap skills. Vigo helps Tallulah with her book, and Tallulah helps Vigo with the store, and they slowly fall in love. The next book I loved was Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. It's about Reese, who is a hockey player and he's also in college, and he wants to get ready for the NHL, and Sadie is a figure skater, and Sadie helps Reese help him with his panic attacks, and they slowly fall in love, and Reese helps Sadie with her siblings.
Pop. Done. Swipe up. Swipe up. Waveform. Trim. Wave. Current. Rewind. Play. Button. Fast forward. Transcription. Pause. Done. Pause. Button. Pause. Waveform. Pause. Button.
The next book on my list is How You Get the Girl, and it's about Julie, who is a high school basketball coach, and Elle was a women's NBA player, but due to an injury, she has to stop, and Elle joins the high school basketball team with Julie, and Elle's niece Vanessa joins the team, and Julie and Elle fall in love with each other. The next book is called Cut Loose. It's the sequel to A Chance to Fly. It's about Natalie, who is nervous due to she having cerebral palsy and using a wheelchair and starting the new school year, and she wants to be a part of the Footloose play, and she has to ask for help, and she has to ask for accommodations. The next book I loved was called To the Moon and Back, and it's about it is about Gideon, who had the perfect life, and had a perfect job, but after his partner leaves, Gideon is a single father, and he hires Toby to help him take care of his son. So Toby is his nanny, and they start to slowly fall in love with each other. The next book is called Rules Breaking, and it's about Winter and Bobby Bay. They are both seniors in high school, and they both go on a road trip to see colleges, and they slowly fall in love with each other. The next one is called Conditions of a Heart, and it's about Bryn, who is a senior in high school who has POTS and mast cell activation disorder and EDS, and she's just over her high school experience and is tired of everyone not understanding. I loved it. The next one is called Freshman Year, and it's about a freshman who applied for financial aid, but it ended up not going through, so she had to apply for a scholarship for a sport. The next one is called ASAP, and it's the sequel to the book XOXO, and it follows Nathaniel and Sodi, and it's a second chance romance. The next one is called Barely Floating, and it's about a 12-year-old girl named Natalia who joins the swim team without her parents' permission, and it goes from there. The next one is called Ellie Haycock is Totally Normal. Ellie has a rare condition, and she slowly falls in love with a boy who has a other medical condition.
Pause. Done. Swipe up. Swipe up. Play. Fast forward. Play. Rewind. Current position. Replay. Fast transcription. Fast transcript. Pause. Done. Pause.
The next book is called Past, Present, Future, and it's about a second chance. It's about Neo and Rowan, who Rowan goes to Boston and Neo stays in New York, and they have to work with each other to stay as a couple, and it's the second book from Today, Tonight, Tomorrow. The next book I loved is called The Friendship Study, and it's about these two adults. One of them has chronic pain, which I related to. I have chronic pain. And the other one has... The other one is neurodivergent, and they slowly fall in love with each other. The next one is called Jointed at the Joints, and it's about these two teens who join a support group, and they both have rheumatoid arthritis, and they slowly fall in love with each other. The next one is called On the Bright Side, and it's about a girl who...
Pause. Swipe up. Swipe up. Swipe up. Current position. Rewind. Play. Rewind. Current waveform. Trim. Wave. Current. Play. Fast transcription. Pause. Button.
It is about a girl who has to leave her deaf school because it is closing, so she has to go back to a mainstream school. And she really doesn't like mainstream school because they don't really accommodate her, and so... The next book on my list is called Bunt, and it's about a novel about a girl who applied for financial aid, but she ended up not getting it, and she has to get a scholarship, and yeah. The next one is called The Loudest Silence. It's about Casey, who is deaf, and she falls in love with a boy who has generalized anxiety disorder. The next book on my list is called Here We Go Again, and it's about Logan and Rosemary, who have to take their former teacher to Maine because he has cancer. And yeah, like that's his wish. And Rosemary and Logan are both neurodivergent. The next book on my list is called Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cochrane. And it's about these two females who fall in love with each other at Christmas. The next one is called Out of My Dreams, and it's the third book in the Out of My Mind series. And it's about Melody, who goes to an emporium and she meets a lot of other disabled teens. The next one is called Prince of the Palisades, and it's about Jordan, who does reckless behaviors, and he has to go to Palos Verdes because of his actions, and he ends up falling in love with a classmate. The next one is called The Prospects, and it's about these two basketball players. One of them has ADHD, one of them has anxiety, and the other one is part of the LGBTQ community. The next one is called Breathing Underwater, and it's about Tess, who was 17 and she loves swimming, but she ends up getting diagnosed with epilepsy, and she has to get accommodated while she is swimming, and it's her discovering her journey and learning how to navigate with epilepsy. The next book I loved was called Not Another Love Song, and it's about a violin player and a cello player, and it's a hate to love, and they don't like each other at first, but they slowly start to fall in love with each other. The next one is called London on My Mind, and it's about Diana, who is an ordinary girl who goes to London, and she is on her walk, and she ends up finding Diana, who is the princess of the King of London, and they both run from their places, and they slowly end up falling in love with each other. The next one is called Chronically Dolores, and it's about this girl named Dolores who goes to a support group, and she has a chronic bladder condition, and she meets other kids with other medical conditions. The next one is called Canadian Boyfriend, and it's about a hockey player who hires a nanny for his daughter, and his nanny and him fall in love with each other. The next one is called Sick Girl Secrets, and it's about a girl who has a chronic illness, and she has to use a wheelchair. The next one is called Forbidden Puck Boy, and it's about Miles and Bilson, and they fall in love with each other. It's book 6 in the Puck Boys series. The next one is called A Hurricane Guide to Heartbreak, and it's about this girl named Flora who lives in Miami, but she has to cope with the sudden death of her mother, and she ends up falling back in love with her friend Gordon.
Done. Pause.
The next one is called Love Letters, and it's about a woman who writes letters to a man, and she ends up falling in love. And the next one is called Love at First Sight, and it's about Marigold and Robbie who have to interview a certain group of people, and they start to fall in love.
Done. Pause. Button.
The last book on my favorites list is Rolling On. It is the third book in a series that I'm currently reading. It's about Ellie who moved to a different country, and she quitted the beauty pageant, and she might have feelings for her friend, and she is in 8th grade and she has cerebral palsy.
Speech. Pause. Wave 4. Pause. Pause. Wave. Duration. New recording. Sheet grabber. New wave. Pause.